And happy Monday. Welcome to TCH Live from Texas Card House in Austin, Texas. I'm William Lottie, the New York Knit with you. I've got Uncle T alongside me tonight. How are you doing, Uncle T?
Good, good. Ready to start the week off with a fun night of poker.
Yeah, that is a great way to start the weekend. We're going to get started with one of the most fun forms of poker I can imagine, the $10 double board PLO bomb pot.
Bomb pot's the boon of my existence.
A bunch of people who made like one
Or bane.
Yeah, the
Bane
bane
or
of your
boon.
existence. There you go. If you
It
don't
can
like
be a
them, you know,
boon
it's
or a
the,
bane. It's never in between.
they make and break your sessions sometimes.
Yeah, they
This
do.
is how much I have. When you
I say all the time that it's either a good night of hold'em gone bad or a bad night of hold'em gone good.
Yeah, 4 cards, 2 boards, and
I'm either going to lose it in poker or I'm
John are all going to give us a couple of flaps here once we get these cards scanned. Here we go. Flap 1. King 10 for rainbow. Flap 2. Ace, king, queen, couple of spades.
Broadway's already there on the bottom.
See who's got anything. Ronin Traveler has king on both boards.
Don't see any tens so far. We haven't seen all the hands
I don't
yet.
see any spade draws. Let's see, who made the bet?
Well, that's why we don't see any tens. Kevin's got 2 of them. He's got a set on top.
Kevin made it 50. Yeah, he's got the set of 10s.
If you mentioned,
Ronin Traveler, the only one calling.
I think he has some big ones.
Yeah, Ronin, not somebody we're familiar with, from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, he has some good stuff.
That's a boat on top.
Yep.
Pretty harmless. 5 of hearts on the bottom.
Tens over kings for Kevin. He's got to love that king on the bottom board. Can't get beat by kings.
Yeah, so this is trips for Ronin, who is free rolling Kevin. He makes it 125.
Yep, the case king. He didn't know it. Well, he does know it. There are 3 kings on the board, so he's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah,
And
probably
a
doesn't think the
rainbow.
king on the bottom is particularly good, as Kevin calls. But it is ahead at the moment. And it will remain ahead.
Yeah. Don't think he made the boat. Didn't see his danglers.
I don't remember him having a 3. Let's get these graphics remind us what he has.
There was no ace left, so
Yeah. So bet and a call, and they're going to chop this one
pretty
up.
safe call. Pretty safe call. You got to figure with the case king that you're probably good on one of those boards. But that ace at the end, that would make me a little nervous. What was the bet at the end?
420.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good bet to call.
Yeah, a lot of people approve of that particular number.
Yep.
Certain states in this country, you know.
Yeah. I heard him say that he felt like he was good on the bottom.
Good read.
Good. If there is such a thing in bomb pots.
There are definitely reads in bomb pots.
There are
100%
reads,
there's
but good reads, I don't know.
On occasion.
On occasion. Well, that's a good thing about being heads up. You know? And these bomb pots don't play like a 1-2. Generally, these tables, I feel like, are much more conservative.
It depends. You know, sometimes you get the right hands, you get the right character.
Yeah.
You can have some chaos.
You can.
Thanks to all of you watching on this Monday evening. I see Rena checking in the chat. Hope you're having a good evening. As
Yeah,
we
we
play
love
2-5.
comments, so please, questions, comments, quandaries.
Lots of poker for all of your viewing pleasure tonight. We've got this 2-5 game coming up in about an hour or so, I believe, on the TCH Live channel. We've got a huge final table from Dallas.
Oh, yeah, that's what I understand.
Get yourself 2 tabs
That's
open
their
on your
monster,
browser. Watch
right?
it all. They're the main event
Main
for their
event, that's
leap
right.
into spring.
That's right.
180K up top there.
Wow.
A lot of money to play for.
Wait, and what's first place going to pay out? Is
180.
180
up
is the
top.
guaranteed first place?
180 up top. That's
oh, my
that's
gosh.
first
Up
place.
top. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, that's worth watching.
They've all locked up, I think, about 19K or so getting to
Guaranteed to get the final. Yeah.
We're going to go 4 ways here.
With ace 10 looking like the strongest hand.
Good luck to everybody up there still in it. We see pocket 3 still ahead, just barely as far as made hands. The ace-10 is the equity favorite as we check through.
Caleb's got the big blocker, but no hearts in play, really. Not yet. Hard on the turn to change that.
What's that?
Wish I knew what this turn was.
Thanks.
He made ready or you made ready?
Teasing it, needling it. Not that I don't needle him enough already.
Okay, it's native diamonds. So that's an open ender for Ronan.
I just thought I'd get it over with.
Yeah.
We check through.
Robbie.
10 of clubs on the end, so that's going to be the Jackson 10s for Ronan. Not how he was expecting to get there or hoping to get there.
Yep. Couldn't get much betting because of those jacks. Everybody's wondering who's slow playing it. Ended up nobody was. So our friend from Atlanta takes down a pot. Half of opener and first one or 2-5.
So here we
And Rena, unfortunately, I don't believe the gamble can works on this channel. They work on the main channel or not on the main channel, unfortunately.
Oh, she's waiting for the comeback.
Yeah, she wants her points. Unfortunately, the Texas Card House channel doesn't have any to offer.
Sorry, Rita.
TCH Live, the final table coming up a bit later tonight.
5 minutes and then
That's where you can get your points.
So why aren't you up there on the final table?
Well, because I had things to do where I couldn't play the main.
Yep, gotta
And even if I could have played the main, let's be honest, what are the chances I final that thing? Probably about 1 in 200, I would say, judging by the turnout.
Boy, you're the numbers guy. I don't know. I put you as better than much better than that.
I appreciate the vote of confidence.
I do. As much as you can have a vote of confidence in a poker tournament. Caleb with King 8 suited
Well, in the week prior, Rob was Bart on the stream.
and pretty good position.
He should have already been watching.
This guy who's taking my identity. Also angling me.
All right, we got some suited hands, and we got a 3-way flop.
And of course, when you see a lot of red in the hands, you might not see it on the board. And that misses everybody.
First one to bet wins. Caleb gonna be the one to do it.
Yeah, he's got the position, so why not take a shot at it? He's probably going to get it all. So Lottie, I usually do cowboy numbers for hands. I know you probably don't want to hear that all night. So you want to do like race car numbers? So that was the Dale Earnhardt
Do
hand?
whatever you want.
All right. So that was the Dale Earnhardt hand. We went on hand 4.
Wow.
I've already forgotten what the hand was.
Hand 3?
Oh, okay, we're talking about the hand number, not the actual
No,
cards.
not
okay.
the actual cards. No, I just
Okay.
do like hand 22 will be the Evan Smith hand, but I won't do that to you
Okay.
all night. Kyle doesn't mind.
Well, I guess we're on the Josh Berry hands right now, the former Kevin
Wow.
Harvick hands.
Yeah, I started to say a Harvick is what I was. Yeah, there you go. We can get all the way to 99.
We could.
Carl Edwards. I miss Carl. He was fun. Oh, Optimize wakes up with a big hand.
Speaking of Cowboys,
Yeah, yippee-ki-yay. Looks like he got a good haircut. Looking good, brother.
worst hands ever created for Bertram, Ace Queen.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
They say 7 deuce is the worst, but you can get off cheap for that. You can fold that pre.
Yeah.
Ace Queen,
Mind
you're in there.
Yep.
And it looks like Kevin's going to be in there with his 7s. And so we'll go 3 ways. Can optimize his king's holds. They cannot. Ace is up.
You knew it was going to happen.
Bertram.
You knew it was going to happen once you besmirched the ace queens. They came up for you. Took a revenge.
Hey, there's still 2 more streets for this to go sideways.
It could go sideways with 1 king very quickly. You know, or a jack.
Bertram just flatting optimize, giving optimize every chance to fire the turn. The 6 of hearts, which is not going to help the black kings at all. Neither of these players with a heart.
Now, are you likely to raise here just to get the hearts out of the hand potential?
Like if you're in Bertram's seat,
Either one of them. Now,
No.
obviously, optimizes. That's one thing I noticed with 1-2, 1-3 games that is not as true in these 2-5 games. These semi-professional to professional players don't get excited by those kind of draws.
I'm a member of the.
Yeah,
Bertram putting out the 150.
Could be hard for Optimize to get away from.
Yeah, and you also really revile the fact that there's an ace on the board.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what I always say, Lottie. What's the odds that an ace comes out on the board at any time? Like 16, 14?
100% if you have kings.
That's what I always joke. I say it's 95% if you have kings that there'll be an ace in the board. And Optimize made a good call.
Correctly, let's go with the kings.
And you know what? I'm not mad at you.
You bet into the 3 players. You bet into a 3-handed pot, and you get action. There's a good chance there's an ace out there.
Yep.
And then the front door hearts come in just for good measure.
Yep.
So you're done with the kings.
Yep. Yeah, you only beat a bluff at that point, pretty much.
Poker Monkey, good to see you. Don't think the points are happening on this channel, but go over to the final table a little later tonight on the other channel. You should be able to get your point fixed there.
So we're going to call this the Martin or the Call Bush hand?
Hand number 5.
Yeah.
How about the Terry Labonte hands?
Oh, there you go. Going back to
Texas
the Kellogg
Terry.
car. Yeah.
Texas Terry. We're in Texas.
Of course.
We got to go Texas Terry.
Of course. You got to go with the Kellogg car. He was my favorite driver there back in the
The
day.
cornflakes.
And his brother. Well, I was a big fan of his brother, too. Bobby was driving interstate back then.
Yeah.
Saw them at the inaugural race up in North Fort Worth.
Yeah. Optimize is going to put in the 3-bet with the ace-5. And ace-queen going to call the 3-bet, and they both flop an ace. Might see some more go in here.
Yep.
Optimize is going to check. It's the board that favors the 3-better.
Yep. Caleb's got, I think he's good here. He's got backdoor hearts. He's got a pretty good kicker.
It doesn't even look real.
175.
Crazy is like the same bolt as Pete was able to do that in 38. That needs. I mean,
You did it win?
at his peak, at his prime, in his prime,
Okay.
he can do apparently do a.
Yeah, look
40
him up
or
once.
38 folding.
'Cause he ran
Out of
it
pure
in the NFL,
curiosity.
and he ran it in 4.22.
That was apparently
Except
he's
the
already
wheel drop of the
40,
clubs also
40,
show
he
up.
was wearing long pants.
That might cap out the action a little bit.
Yeah, I saw the
See
clip.
if Caleb
And
feels like
underneath
he's
it was
still
like,
good.
just
No?
imagine.
Checking
this
that
is-
And that's a
really
lot of
good
clubs.
cap.
That's an
Yeah.
action killer.
Yeah, that is a total action killer.
I think we check, and Caleb wins.
Yeah, his showdown value here with the clubs is too high. He's never gonna do that. But he gets a good pot out of it.
Apparently it's gonna help.
Agreed.
Apparently it's gonna help.
Well, I'm not going to do every hand, but I got my favorite driver of this era, Martin.
Okay.
And
Well, I grew up cheering for Gordon, so, you know,
yeah,
I definitely have feelings about the 6.
I bet you do.
Team's breaking down.
Oh, I always hated that Mark didn't get his title.
Yeah,
He's probably the best driver never to get a
probably the
title.
best driver yet
Yeah.
to not win it.
Yeah, that's the general consensus. $10 straddle.
Supposedly Texas baseball doesn't get the
Jay
NIL.
Wynn, one of our local pros.
Bringing the action.
Coach said though.
Do you know Seat 1?
I
he
don't
looks
think
familiar,
so.
but I don't know his. Yeah.
We're going to get to know him.
Yes, we will. We got 4 hours to get to know him.
Everybody's been doing it already.
Be the change you want to see.
KC going to get to know an ace and a king.
Creek, San Marcos guy, one of my buddies. Wonderful guy to play with. Always friendly, always even-tempered. He knows how to play ace king too.
Goes to 135 and match it with the king jack offsuit. Should probably be letting it go here. I don't know that he's going to let it go, but
Well, of all
He's
the
not
players
going
at the
to.
table, I would say he's probably the gambliest, if that's even a word.
he's going to gamble here, and he is dominated. And he's probably going to get off the hook here. Ace 9-4 rainbow.
Yep. This will be a bet fold out of the button. he's taking a little bit of time. Maybe he's got a thought. Like, what's he targeting here with a raise? What do you think?
Oh, my God. The check raise. Big check raise.
Yeah. He's targeting a hand that he thinks may be a weak ace. That's what I'm guessing.
Goes 325. Pretty big.
Kevin's
What's he
like,
trying to say he has here?
You know, 9s or 4s is the only thing you could think. I mean, there's not a spade or club or heart draw really at this point, so, you know. And that's
KC's going to just rip it.
yeah, good for you, Kevin.
If I'm KC, I'm probably just flatting there to give Magic a chance to bluff. If you shove, you get called by a set.
Oh, you only get called by better
And you
hands.
get called by 2 pair.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the problem.
I mean,
Let Magic play perfect there.
yeah, I mean, I kind of had that thought after you started talking about it, but I kind of like stomping on a. Now Kevin knows Magic. He probably knows he's aggressive. Maybe he wants to make a little bit of a statement. Hey, not today. You know, Kevin being a little more of a tighter player.
I think I'd rather just take his money. I wouldn't let him get the chance to bomb away.
Forget the psychological aspect and just take money. Yeah, that's probably valid.
And number 7, Corey LaJoy.
Wow, that's kind of going into a bit of a second-tier tank there. I mean,
Okay.
Corey LaJoy.
Who are you thinking as far as the 7?
You know, as I say that, I'm like, what am I going to say, Danica? She was 7, wasn't
In
she?
NASCAR, did she drive the 7?
You know, maybe I'm thinking of her
In
IndyCar.
yeah.
Yeah, you may. Be right. Well, this is an all motorsports
And the
field here, so.
The 7 doesn't suck as bad as it used to.
You know, back in the day, 35, 7, there were a few numbers that nobody wanted.
Yeah.
You still don't see 35. I can remember one of my favorite drivers, Boilermaker.
Look at this. Yes, going for the $200 squeeze with 8-4 offsuit. So our graphics say he's either completely insane or we have a misread, one or the other. Magic with the worst suited ace has to let it go. Ronin Traveler suited connector would love to see the flop, but probably a bit of a high price as far as implied odds.
Yeah, he's probably going to get away with this. Yeah.
Lets it go. Optimize King Queen offsuit in the small
Never gonna keep
blinds.
it.
Also lets it go.
Interesting.
We'll never know if that was 8-4 or not.
Well, we'll know in a few hands if he does something like that again.
Yeah.
It'll either be legitimized or illegitimized by how he plays going. I don't know. Yes. That sounds weird to say. I don't know. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to find another way. Find another way to phrase that.
I don't know the player in seat 1 very well, so maybe it's just an interesting position to do it too. Hi, Tara. How are you? Oof, she says. Yeah, I guess. Probably oofing on the Kevin Creekmore hand. Oh.
What are we doing here? What are we talking about here? Bertram with jacks. Oh, I see. Okay, the chat.
What'd you say for 600?
Yeah, so KC puts in the 3 bets 110, and
What's the stress?
Bertram just gonna rip his 600 or so with the jacks. Ace Jack offsuit is way too late.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin's not going to play this hand. That just screams. And card
gonna get
removal
the
here
price
is pretty bad
tag.
Yeah. He's going to get a price check and then fold. Go pretty strongly. Now he may think this is more of a middle pair hand. That's why he's getting ripped at. So he may think he's got 2 overs. We know it's much worse news than that.
Lets it go. And that's how we'll finish the Dale Jr. hands.
Yeah, the Dale Jr. hand. I like it. I was there for his first victory in Texas.
That's well before I was down here.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I didn't even think about when it was. A long time
Probably
ago.
about 99 or 2000 or so.
Yeah, I started to say 97, but it may have been 99.
Standard.
I think 97 might have been the year he won the Busch Series.
Boy, I wouldn't argue with you. Yeah, you're probably right. All right, we've moved to Casey Kane.
That's where we're going with the 9.
That's where we're getting
Okay.
of all the choices I had. Jay win with bottom pair. We had a nice little discussion table the other day about how to play deuces, or not to play deuces.
Here, so now we're talking May.
Well, one way you can do it is just not have anybody call you.
Raising ticket, all that intimidation.
Yeah.
No, but Dustin said that.
Just believe in, and
That's the last time I was here.
we'll go to the next hand.
That's not encouraging. 60% is not.
Yeah, no. 60%'s the kind of
Hand 10, I believe that would be the Danica Patrick. I believe she
Yeah,
was the
that's
10.
right. Danica was 10. Was that the Valvoline car? What was that car?
That was the GoDaddy.
Oh, the GoDaddy. How could I forget the
Like they
stupid
followed her
GoDaddy
from
commercials?
IndyCar.
Yeah,
Still moving?
yeah.
And
That
And
ugly
they've come
green
full
car.
circle because it was once made.
yeah, that was quite the paint scheme.
It was.
It's serious.
Not my favorite. But I'm old school.
It'd be worth the wait.
That said, yeah, the old Interstate Batteries 18. That was more of a the 18. Yeah, it was green.
Yeah, but it was more forest green. That GoDaddy had a little bit of pop to it,
Yeah.
as did the website, or the website creator, the sponsor. That was one of the first of the new generation sponsors. I can remember the GoDaddies.
Suited Broadways for yes.
I figured it
Bit more reasonable than the 8.4.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll build a profile on him. A lot of him will think back about that 8.4, whether we see that as a glitch.
My money's on glitch.
Yeah, I think that's even money right now. Yeah.
That big card's a lot better than this one.
King, King, Queen.
Yeah, we're still talking about it, Tara. Yeah, the oof was the 8.4. I get that.
And the Queen for yes is going to be a winner.
You do that on purpose, I think.
Well, we're just John Earl is just ripping through the hands. We're in the
Yeah.
double digits. Not too far into it. 25 minutes into it.
Haven't had a lot of streets of poker. Haven't had a lot of decisions to make.
Nope. Haven't had multiplayer pots yet. Other than the bomb pot.
Jacks for KC again. He's Queen for Kevin.
Well, we've seen this. Well, I guess it was Ace Jack with Jacks last time. Kevin's got a little better situation. A little more equity. Unfortunately, Ronan's got one of the queens.
Looks like 886 all black cards.
Boy, your eyes are better than mine. Oh, I see. Yeah.
Which the scanner were as quick as the camera was, but you know,
Yeah. We're going to have to eyeball it.
all the text in a mood.
Yeah, we're a little bit having some technical sporadicness, so we'll catch up with this. Cole Trickle is by far the best NASCAR driver ever. Wow.
That's a take.
Yeah, well, he was the shortest. I always hated that because my dad was a Dick Trickle fan, so.
Okay, I'm going to try pressing this refresh button
Okay,
because
that
this
might
thing
work.
is quite choppy.
Just called outplaying the turn.
It won't be choppy anymore.
This is why it's good to have a technical person in the booth. Because I
I'm
would
not
be
that
afraid to
technical
even.
in this regard. I was like, I don't touch anything. They don't tell me that, like, they tell me I can press the refresh button. They tell me I can press that, and so I'll press the refresh button. Is what I'll do.
I think Kevin took down that hand with the jack, so we'll go with that.
Yeah, that's a safe assumption.
That is pretty safe. Well, they won't let me touch the room that the computer's in most of the time, so they won't even let me come in the door. So you got to be better off than me. Still a little glitchy.
It's choppy. We're just gonna have to live with it. Maybe it's not choppy in YouTube lands. Maybe it's just our.
Yeah, I hope y'all have a nice smooth flow. We're gonna keep talking like we do.
Yeah, so we've had 11, we've had Denny Hamlin, and now and 12. Who's a good 12?
Well, let's see, the 2 and the 12. I'll give you
And
team.
12, okay, yeah, the Penske.
The Penske team.
Yeah, probably Ryan Blaney will go with the defending champion.
Yeah, we can do that. I like Dave's son. He's a good guy. He's one of my favorites in the new generation. He and Larson. I know Larson took some heat. But. All right.
Ryan Newman back in the day taking it practically every other pole
The
in the
Alltel
12.
car. Well, that's Ryan was the Boilermaker I was
Yeah.
referring to earlier. Yep. He getting the 39. That was kind of a dead number for years until Ryan made it much more accessible. Bink the king. Half pot bet's probably going to take it. Nobody can call because that board is very one-sided.
Lucky 13.
Lucky 13. Yeah, you don't see that number too much.
I got an F1 driver who used that number somewhat ironically. Pastor Maldonado used that number.
Oh my gosh.
There was a website for a long time. It's MaldonadoCrashToday.com. That's what he was known for.
Yeah, he kind of was.
Like he somehow won a race, and then the garage burst into flames afterwards, which has to be some kind of sign.
Oh my gosh, you're a deep well of F1 knowledge.
I'm a pretty deep well. Yeah, we got Yes with the Kings. We got Barbara with the Steam Dola, the 8 of Spades, 8 of Hearts.
Yeah. Playing the Michael Irvin hand.
Ace Queen for Magic. Plays it as a $100 raise, which I think is too small to get anything accomplished.
I think out of 14 hands, we've had 10 hands with Ace Queen involved.
Yeah. That hand shows up far too often.
It does.
Like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it does.
To the SA card out. Yeah, maybe 45. And here it's an over an hour.
Probably next to Jack's, the least favorite hand, generally speaking. The one that costs people more money than me.
There's your obligatory 4-bet up to 325. I assume Barber's going to ditch it. I think he does. The offsuit Ace Queen.
It's in Magic's hands.
And he's going to make the call. You could also justify a fold there with the offsuit. Or a 5-bet to make it really spicy.
And this is going to cost him. Just like Jack.
Queen, Jack, Deuce.
Queen, Jack, Deuce.
Top pair, top kicker. Magic thinks this is the flop he wants.
Yep, he thinks I'm
Perhaps
top.
he's sucked out on Ace King. Not the case, unfortunately.
He may be a little bit concerned about Yes having Jacks. He's going to probably think about it, but once it gets checked to him, Magic's aggressive enough.
Yes, meet at 175. Does have the overpair.
Oh, he did make
Goes
that.
for the small C bet. And is Magic cutting out a raise? Magic is cutting out a shove, and Magic is going to get snapped.
Wow. Wow.
Kings and Jacks for Yes.
What a great situation for Yes. And he didn't take 2/4 of a second to snap that off.
And it's like, please don't have a set.
Yes, please don't have, or Jack Queen
Yeah.
of clubs or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I would at least have those thoughts before I snapped.
Yeah. That's your hand number 14. That's your AJ Foyt.
Yeah, AJ.
Your Tony Stewart.
We're going to see it, man.
Yeah, punching somebody in the back of the head hand. I was at that race.
And the one where Ari Weinstein got beat up.
Yep. We were standing there. I had Ari Lyondike in the pool from all the people in my area.
Really?
Yes. I picked Ari. I loved Lyondike at the time.
And he just won Indy.
And he had just won Indy. It was like we're about 20 rows up right there at going into turn 1. And the guy that had I forget what the AJ Foyt driver was.
Billy Boat was the
Billy
guy.
Boat,
Yeah.
that's right. Boy, your memory's great. The guy that had Billy Boat was the only guy in the pool that wasn't with our group. And he had disappeared with the money by the time they straightened it out.
Oh!
My uncle was livid.
Yeah.
He was like, how
Holds all tickets.
Yes, exactly. And, I mean, it was a good 20 minutes after the race when that got straightened out.
Yeah. And then somebody got fired over that.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, so Magic going to reload here. And number 15 coming up, Michael Waltrip.
Yep.
Won
Michael,
Daytona a couple times.
one of my personal favorites. Yeah.
What's that?
Yep, the Napa car. All right, so I'm gonna ask a trivia question about that race. I'm gonna test your knowledge.
Which race are we talking
The
about?
one that Billy Boat didn't win.
Okay, I don't know much about that race, so
Who was the first driver to go out of that race with a spin-out crash in the turn one?
not a clue.
He is the greatest IRL driver as far as how he did in NASCAR.
IRL driver as far as how he did in NASCAR.
I'll even give you Indiana.
Tony Stewart would have
Yes.
to have to be Tony Stewart.
Tony Stewart blew a tire going into.
He's about the only one who did anything in NASCAR from the IRL era.
Yes, yes, he really is.
To maintain weight.
Yeah, a single seater and a stock car, it's a world of difference.
Boy, and it's because of his short track knowledge that he did so well.
I would never make a bet.
Jay Wayne gets a walk.
You guys give me
No,
$10,000.
we can't do this.
Jay,
It's Texas.
Jay Wynn looks at the camera and holds up his hands. He's like, "How did I get a walk?"
No, I wouldn't trust my body.
I love Jay. JW's a friend of mine. Good guy. Fun to play with. Very serious.
You take number 16.
Ooh, 16.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I'm drawing a blank.
Greg Biffle.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Greg Biffle.
I was wondering how
Popular
much more.
driver.
He wanted more after.
He used to make people mad, more angry, more drivers angry than just about anybody else.
Looks like the 10's on. Getting back to poker.
I'll put the action. Because I don't think you can do it.
He is 7.5 suited. That's a fun one.
Yeah, it is. Singles
I
out.
need him to lose. Else I'm going 2 weeks.
So there's no cap on the maximum amount of time that you guys go fasting.
2.
2 weeks.
10's going to
then
look enough.
And that's the
Yes, he's flush with cash.
He's going to 3-bet,
Has an option to extend it to 3. I think that's how he said it.
and it's going to work.
So,
You're planning on doing 2?
but I'll do 3 if he extends it. I
So we're
bought
Matt
several
Kenseth.
times where he has
That's
not
right, number
passed about
17.
3 days, so that's why I think
John again in the box. John Earl in the box. One of my favorite dealers. Smart. Very smart. Taking a sabbatical from poker right now for about 4 months, he said.
Okay. I haven't had the chance to talk to him lately.
Yeah, and he just mentioned it to me the other day. I love John in the box. He's quick. He's accurate. He can handle a really complex bomb pot. But I always brag about our TCH Austin dealers anyway.
this is like
Great dealers here.
Yeah, they're an all-star team.
We're on to the next bomb pot. I played with John a whole bunch back when we would have a 5-10 mix going pretty
Oh,
decent
yeah.
in the before times.
Yes, I love that mixed
Pretty
game.
healthy mix game.
Jesse and I put a mixed game together, and that lasted for, what, 8 months, I think?
Yeah.
A couple years ago. That was a lot of fun. You came and played it. I remember you looked at a hand of mine that was a Badugi hen or a Badusi hen out river. You said, "Well, Tom, you got the ninth nuts." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Bloody hell,
Yeah,
you
I know
with
the
the
juice the
nuts."
7 combos pretty well. I know the good ones at least.
I was like, "Oh my gosh, how do you know with the
8, 6,
ninth
5, 4, 3. It's the best hand you can make without a deuce.
nuts?" Yeah, well, see, that's why he is the nit, folks. That knowledge right there. It's just like an encyclopedia at the table. And for those of a younger viewers, that's basically Wikipedia. Okay, encyclopedia was it's a dated term. So sad about Dick Trickle. Fun fact about him: he smoked during the race.
Yeah, that was
I remember.
only in NASCAR.
Only
Only
in
in NASCAR would you see that.
Yeah, he had a cigarette lighter installed, the old push button variety, in the car. Yeah. My dad loved him.
Never get away with that now.
No, too much
For
authenticity.
a lot of reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
And drivers are a bit more athletic these days.
Yeah. Well, you don't have the same sponsors anymore. Either.
Everyone checks, and a flush is going to come in on the top board. Bottom puts an over, doesn't actually complete anything. We don't have all the cards scanned, so we don't actually have numbers. I do see aces and queens for optimize.
I don't see any hearts.
I
at
don't
all.
see any flushes, right?
Yeah. And that's going to lock
3
up
pairs.
the
The 3
board.
pairs, and then the hearts come in on the bottom. But we don't think anyone has hearts.
Don't know if somebody had a 3. Oh,
Optimize
yeah,
might
Jay
have
Wynn's
it.
got
We
a
don't know
3.
what his last card is.
And Jay Wynn's got the 3. He's got 3 queen. He's actually got the boat, although it's
Bottom
the low
boat.
boat. Bottom boat, yeah. And the other 3, yes, is not boated up. So
Yes doesn't have anything of consequence on the bottom, so it's an easy fold to J1's 90.
Little
10-9
surprised that
deuce.
Jay Wynn felt good enough to bet that.
10-9. Barber has a straight on the bottom. That's all he has, and he's calling.
Nice. There's so
On
many
a
hearts
flush
on the
board
top.
with a straight, that's, living adventurously. But it's a straight, which will get you quartered, which we see Ronin Traveler has a 10-9 of his own. And he should be folding because, again, your ceiling is a quarter.
Yep.
And they're going to chop it up.
Yeah, that worked to his advantage. I think maybe the 4 hearts on top, he felt maybe a little better about it.
Yeah, 7 of the hearts accounted for.
Yep.
And Barber had a heart of his own in his hands.
Yep, had the smallest blocker.
That said, you can still get quartered quite easily with a straight is the problem. Because you have absolutely nothing on the top. You are at most getting half the pot.
Yeah, I mean, he had a king. Well, yeah.
And we don't want to call for
literally
half the
nothing.
pot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's the most you're getting.
Well, that's why I call it a bingo game. Even the really good hold'em
Hey, there's
players.
skill. And there's like the whether we should call for half the pot.
Yeah.
There's the are we quartered potentially. Like those are like there's a skill edge there, understanding how much your hand is actually worth.
Yep.
Like that was far from a premium hand.
That was about as far as you could get.
I'd be surprised if both of you go.
Yeah, with the hearts coming in, I can't see how to call it. I don't know if I'd put $1 in that pot.
It's a one-way hand, and I got a million players behind me. And suppose it gets to like seat 5, it goes pot.
Yeah, that's your worst feeling.
It's
in
like,
the
well,
world.
that's $90 I'll never see again.
Yep. Yep.
Someday I want to do Jesus fast. 40 days and 40 nights. I'm going to take a little.
Number 18,
spiritual
King
retreat
Queen
to the
versus the
desert.
mystery hands.
40 days
All right,
and
so
40
who
nights.
are we in the tank with?
Come back here. I'll be able to just summon
Magic
cards
and
like
Kevin?
that.
All right. Well,
They'll be like,
probably play with Kevin more than anybody at this table.
on that level.
So let me think what he's going to. Let's watch the action and see.
That's a bet and a fold from Kevin. That's how number 18 ends. We'll go with Bobby Wabani.
There you go.
Have
There
a
you
bet.
go.
We got to keep it in Texas.
Yes, we do. Bobby in the interstate car.
You've got powers. You've got superpowers. Super science.
He was about as likable as opposed to the guy that drove the 18 after him was unlikable.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
unlikable.
Yeah.
You tell I'm not a KB fan.
I'm not a fan.
Anybody with
Water and
his brother either. Yeah.
can have
No,
black
thank
coffee.
you.
That's a 19.
Oh, that's a Casey Kane.
I said and.
Remember the Ray
Yeah, the
Everhand card?
Everhand card, yeah.
Lots of Gatorade. Pedialyte.
Bertram playing the offsuit King Jack. Folds.
It's not a universal liquid deal. No, it's just black coffee.
Pretty big range Magic has,
Tea,
as you'll see.
green tea.
Yes, not a
doesn't
believer in
have
the
no
9
reason,
triz.
And then water and electrolyte supplements. That's it. Electrolyte supplements.
Barber with King 10, and I have a frozen screen, and it's going to move again.
That was yesterday. It's always hard the
And
first day.
I think we're on a
Today's
flop 7-3 deuce.
about day 4.
So it's a pair of 7s for
Yeah.
A7.
I think is when you're like shifting to like ketosis, like when your body's.
Yeah, there's the
lost
first
all
thought you
this,
have on
like,
a board like that
muscle
is,
glycogen, and now
well, I
you
got the
just
hard part over
gotta
with.
live off of that.
Got my bottom.
25 for Magic.
So I'm expecting that to come up.
Gets it done.
After that, it's pretty much smooth sailing. But it's hard.
Well, apologize, folks. I hope you're not seeing the kind of interrupted flow that we're seeing.
And there's like
But
a
that's
whole-
you? Our producer just fell on her sword. What?
I have a lunch meeting.
It's all better now? Okay. Well, we're on a little bit
Okay.
of a delay, so.
It'll get better at some point in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Such a social thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Compared to 28.
Oh, okay.
your buddies and
She had to warm up. She pulled a muscle in the first 30 minutes, and now she's good. She went in the tent, got treated, and we are all good.
So you do liquid IV?
I was well set to blame the tech because,
Yeah. it's-
sometimes this thing lags.
Well, you know what they call that?
I hadn't thought of that.
What?
No, not like.
Picnic. Problem in chair, not in computer.
Yeah.
It's probably the best electrolyte drink.
That's what the techies used to come up to me when I worked at corporate.
I tend to see like problem between chair and keyboard.
Yeah, yeah.
And number 20.
It might be fine. James
Tony
sent me
Stewart.
some kind of-
Boo.
Boo?
Boo.
You don't like Tony Stewart?
God, no.
Oh, I love
You know how many times he drove into the 24 during his career?
I forgot. Yeah.
A lot.
You're right. You're right. Tony used to take his anger out on me.
One hand's on the wheel, one finger in the air with that guy.
He just was telling Jeff that he was number one.
Yeah. Telling a lot of people they're number one.
Oh, I used to love Tony. There's nothing better than a guy that can talk raging.
The helmet toss.
Yeah. Oh, the greatest throw in NASCAR history. Right down the middle. And it was a pop-up too. Effective.
People have this this real.
That's a 21. Insert favorite Wood Brothers driver here.
A 21. I'm going to go old school.
Okay.
Valvoline car.
Okay.
So who am I thinking of?
Well, it's a natural.
Valvoline. I don't know who was on the 21.
Well,
Valvoline was on
the
the
original sponsor. Oh my gosh! Of the
Kings
Wood
for
Brothers
Kevin.
21.
Yeah, the Wood Brothers 21. Yeah, Kings for Kevin. A bunch of nonsense behind him.
Yeah, Barber
Like
may
6'3",
call it
okay.
fours.
4s are okay. 6'3" is interesting.
Yeah, well, we're starting to get a feel for yes, aren't we?
And Kings way ahead of these holdings.
Yeah, and they've got nothing they can call him with. Check it out.
Like people would be more concerned about you. Said, I'm not
I think Kevin at this point is hoping that somebody gets something that he can make money off of.
Yes is now really hoping Barber makes a set.
The ladder's definitely more dangerous. Yeah. Worse for you.
Kevin gonna bet 40 though and probably end this.
I don't even know if a person could physically do that.
Yeah, can't call with the gut.
Barber's not a believer yet. He's got fifth pair, and that's all he's got on the 7 of Hearts River.
20,000 in one day.
Pairs love pairs. You feel better with fours after that shows up?
It was very strategic.
I folded turn. What are you talking about?
You're already out of the hand.
I'm in the muck. I'm on the next hands. Kevin gonna go for some more value. He doesn't mind this pair. He's not that afraid.
Yeah, he's actually hoping that maybe it's a little bit dangerous with the jack out there, considering Barber's line, that maybe he had jack 7 suited. Kevin's too logical for
Let's
that.
sit in. Barber really stubborn.
Yeah. Interesting. That's where I'm playing the player a little bit. There's very, very low percentage chance that Kevin's bluffing there. He's just not going to bluff out of position against the button very much. Yeah, he'll do it if he's the button. He plays his position really well. One of the things I like about Kevin's game. Always knows where he is, it seems like.
Let's see these aggression numbers real quick.
Seafood diet.
As we head for the 22nd hands of the evening.
Boy, I wouldn't have guessed that yes was at the bottom of that pile.
Now, well, he's only had a few chances.
Yeah,
Well, you can
that's
make
true.
your chances, though.
Yeah, that's true.
22. We'll just go with Gano.
Yeah, I don't like
Only
him, but
22
I'll
that
go
comes
with
to
him.
minds.
Yeah, not a big Joey fan.
King Queen suited for yes. He's got some good hands in there.
Yeah, I gotta get on the James train. I'm gonna lose like
And
exactly. Join the
I think
bet.
he took it.
You're in, dude.
We're going to go with
You're
that.
in. I'll send you the terms. All right, we gotta start tomorrow. Then.
He's like, I'll drink to that.
Maybe James will let you in.
Well,
and
I
make
might
his
say that
player
you're the only one in the room that's
We gotta
that's
make it 2
totally
weeks.
thrown
2 days,
under
he's
the
dropping the bucket.
Everybody else I see in sweats and hoods, and I'm like, how are they not sweating there?
It's Texas. It just randomly becomes summer every now and then. Those of you not lucky enough to be in Texas, it is currently 78 degrees in early March
At almost
in the
7 o'clock.
evening. It's going to be almost 90 degrees tomorrow.
Yep, I left the back door open all day today, just to let the cats roam.
Number 23.
Ooh, that's the 23 team.
2311,
team.
yeah.
Yeah, 2311. We're gonna go with that. The driver's name just went out of my head.
Bubba Wallace.
Bubba. Yeah, how could that? I actually like Bubba. Everybody got mad at him after he kind of got aggressive. I like that. That's a little old school. Optimized with the deuces again. Actually, I think it was J-Win that had him last time.
Running Traveler with the best hands, top pair. Everyone checks, and now he's got a gutter as well. He's the only one who actually has the hands here.
Yeah, that's kind of been the run so far. The first 23 hands is that it's really hard for anybody to call off. I mean, we saw Magic do it once, but other than the big hand, the really big $2,900 hand, it's been pretty passive so far, but it can heat up quick. Found that out last week.
Flavored water bottle. Y'all seen that?
Shout out to our friend Dante. Dante, I hope you're feeling better.
Is there? I don't know.
Yeah, miss having you here in the booth.
I think so.
Yeah, he
Even if there's not anything
got the
screwy.
COVID while he was on his cruise, evidently.
I think it's
Not a
just smell.
yeah, that's where it started. You remember that Carnival
Yeah, it's
cruise?
just a smell.
Yeah.
At least for America.
Like you think
Yeah, well, who knows when it actually came into the U.S.
Yeah, really. I just remember that I was working in Lackland, and they brought all those patients into Lackland, put them in
Yeah, you're probably right.
the family
That
quarters.
because then you're just trying
For us to watch.
You're exactly.
All right, so we're on your boy's hand right now.
Number 24, Jeff Gordon.
Yep. Optimizer's got a hand, and Barber's got a hand. Kind of a classic matchup. We'll see if Magic sticks around.
Does not go set mining in position. That is surprising.
Yeah, a little bit for that amount.
Outside's going to take it with the aggression.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a player-driven fold. He's got two people behind. You know, he's thinking.
As long as you don't get 4-bet, though, you're good.
Yep.
Like, I want those guys calling behind me. It gives me better odds.
Yeah.
You are the piece.
Yep.
see,
The
yes, the big
chances,
winner.
the chances are they got similar or
Oh,
same hands are much more likely than
I mean, you know the move.
him having a
Yeah,
7.
I know the basics. Like
Not the strat.
That's number 25.
that was nice.
Tough one. There's a current 25 out there.
That was a Hendrick number for a long time.
It's
Yeah,
pretty
it was the fourth Hendrick card.
And Vickers had that number.
like daily challenge.
Who else had that number? Casey Mears had that number. Jerry Nadeau had that number. Was that the Tim Richmond car? Was it the
was.
25? Yeah.
Yep. Boy, you're way before your own
And
time.
that number is basically cursed.
Yes, it is. It is.
And that's not the case at all.
Ricky Craven drove the 25.
Did he?
I mean,
It was the 50 at one point. Like the 50th anniversary became the 50.
that's different. That's more like.
And we did drive it was the 25 at one point.
Oh, okay.
That's like. Right. Yeah.
They should use that number again, even if it is cursed. Take the 88, make that the 25
4
again.
games a day.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's have like the traditional numbers.
I hate the 88 being used at all. That's Teresa's fault.
Well, no. Actually, no. We don't use the number 88 right now because
Nobody's got the 88?
yeah, Elliot's got the 9 now.
Yeah,
Apparently, that's where the hot girls hang out.
At my point stands. Get the number 25.
I agree.
A lot of them are transitioning.
Yeah,
A lot of chess players, because
yeah. Strategy game. More
it's
money
a
in
game that
poker.
takes itself too seriously. At the end
Chess.
of the day, yeah. It's just a game.
Yeah.
4 raids, 45 and 6 total.
Well, Magic's in with the 6-3.
On the edges.
That's about the Oh, that Kevin wakes up.
Ace King's better than 6-3.
Yes, it is. It is significantly
When
better.
once you get into like Masters, Grand
But it's
Masters,
Magic.
everything else,
And if you
like,
watched
you're
that
like,
PLO live stream a couple of weeks
like,
ago,
the edge one guy has over
he is
another,
unafraid
over any
of
strategies,
the value of his cards being a
How
factor.
come Carl Magnus, whatever, wins?
He's waiting for his other 2 cards. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, that's probably why he called him. Thought he was getting 2 more.
Kevin takes it.
That's probably the first PLO live stream we've had of the last Thursday live streams that I haven't seen Sam win money. She is so good at those games.
Yeah.
She almost always wins money. And I said to her at the end, I said, that was kind of rough. She goes, yeah, not my favorite.
Sometimes it's just not your night.
Yeah, she was card dead like I was for 3 hours,
Yeah.
which is hard to do in PLO.
Yeah. I hopped in that game after for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And before club access fee, I was exactly even. Like I was up a few $100s, and then I gave it all back in one hand.
Yeah. Well. Rode in
Combo
the
draw
jacks.
that whiffed. The jacks again.
And Kevin's
The
gonna play
kings
his-
again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Fireworks incoming.
Okay, so we've got a big hand here. If Kevin doesn't push Kevin Creekmore out of the hand, I like 7-6 suited here. That's close to being a
120.
Giant Slayer.
Ace queen, optimized not at the table.
Oh, optimized.
That saves him a hard choice.
It does.
That probably saves him some money.
Yeah.
And Ronan going for the 4-bet, it looks like. That looks like more than 120. I think that's about 250.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
And
John's hand is frozen over there.
yeah, especially when our screen freezes. It's 250.
Yeah.
So 7-6 can get out of the way now because it doesn't want to see a 5-bet.
No. And one is incoming.
In position, do we 5-bet every time?
No, you know
He
that's
calls.
where. Yeah, Kevin is like,
He's
here's
not
my
5-betting.
opportunity. Take a little time.
Please no ace. Please no ace. Please no ace.
You
No
got your
ace.
wish.
No ace. 9-3 deuce. Over pairs for everyone.
This is the perfect board for this kind of hand, because this is going
Ronan's
to be
the
about.
4-better,
Yep.
and Ronan's going to make it
This is
$5 too many.
This is where Kevin's
425.
flat pays him.
Now we flat again, and it's a pot-sized bet behind,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and we go in on the turn.
Yeah. And I guarantee you, behind that maroon hat, that's what that brain is working on. How do I get the most out of this hand? And that's flat.
Make it large. Then I'd be like ravenous.
I believe that is a flat.
Now, what is Ronan
I'm
thinking
in
if
him
you're
right
Ronan?
now. Bro.
What am I getting called with?
Please have 10s. Please have clubs.
Yeah, this is where
Please
he
don't
probably,
have clubs.
I'd be real
Please
spread
don't
out.
have clubs.
Yeah, well, that's
7
a
of
good
clubs
point.
on the turn. Front door clubs come in. This might slow it down.
It might. It'll slow Ronan down. I don't think it'll slow Kevin down. He just go all in.
bets it all. And now
Wow.
Kevin with the choice. He's got the overpair, but they're the wrong color. 9, 3, 2, 7, all 3 clubs.
I think Kevin makes this call.
Yeah, I think you hold your nose and call.
Yeah, yeah.
There's like how many hands are 4-betting? Like ace king of clubs,
Yeah, this line is never
ace
close.
queen of clubs maybe.
Yeah, I don't think
That's like 2 combos.
at being firing 2 bullets in pre-flop. I don't think that Kevin puts him on that. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I only see a couple of club combos that get here.
Maybe Kevin's thinking a big pair with a club, but I don't think he's ever putting him on clubs here. Now he may be thinking more about whether he's got 9s. Yeah, I think he makes this call. Yeah.
Yeah, he makes the call. I'm not sure that 9s are 4-betting either.
No, I don't either. I agree.
Twice is nice.
Yeah, I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't really see that shove when you've gotten flatted on the flop and and the turn.
7 of clubs, ace of diamonds, brick, kings holds.
Yep. If that if nobody had a club, that I don't even know why you run it twice once you see what the other guy's hand is, but I guess they agreed with that before they showed.
Yeah.
Big pot of the night, 4,300.
So John gonna give Ronan the bill here. Looks like he's got his top up out there already. This is a match the stack game. Can match up to the biggest stack once the first hand happens.
Yep.
Before that, it was 2K max. And if you're enjoying what you're seeing, be sure to hit that like button while we have a moment. And I'm going to do some promos while we have a moment, getting the pot shipped over. Some promos here. Quads of the day. One of our favorite promos here in Austin. $200 progressive jackpot. Pocket pair and hold'em. PLO, have the quads in your hands. And it's the 4th. I believe it would be quad 4s today. I don't know what the jackpot is.
I think we're up to about 800. I want to 600.
$600.
Yeah, we had a
$2,600
$2,600 payout last week. So
yeah.
Really nice for the aces, I might add.
Yeah, TexasCardHouse.com for all the rules there. Refer a friend. It's an ongoing promo. You can see it here. Guests earn $50 in rewards when referring a new member. New member gets a free monthly membership here at TCH Austin. So that is
Friends and
definitely
family.
worth helping you. Bring your friends. And every Friday night, ladies' night, $50 off club access fee for the ladies.
Always
Come on
like to
over
see
here.
those ladies in the PLO tournament on Friday night.
Yeah, the Friday night PLO Bounty, that's a fun one.
It is a fun
Haven't played that one in a bit. I got to play that one
Well,
again.
it's changing format a little bit. We're going to go back to a low buy-in, $60 buy-in. Was
Okay.
$150, so really looking forward to seeing the size of the field increase.
Here's the early bird rewards. Be here at these times and be checked in playing. And you can get rewards, which can be used towards club access fees or merchandise or membership dues. Poke Route was store heading to Houston in April. They have to be here waiting for the seat for the early bird. Okay, good to know. If it's full, you still get the rewards, I'm told. Awesome. How generous. And heading to a bomb pot, so yeah. Keep an eye out for the schedule release on the Poke Route tour in Houston in April coming up really soon now. The Spring Classic starting up in just a couple days at Spring. How appropriate.
Yeah, you think they worked on that name very long? Yeah.
I think they workshopped it. It ran across like 5 different focus groups.
Yeah.
And, every member
think
of
that was
management
AI
had to have their
created.
hands in it.
Yeah, I think it's AI created, I think, maybe.
Could be.
Yeah,
All right,
so John Earl's still in the box, and we want to thank and recognize our producer, Kristen, who's pushing the buttons tonight
Yep. And
keeping us straight and level.
keeps us in line.
Yep.
And what a great job everyone does here. And if only this computer would do a great job and actually not drop a bunch of frames on us. It looks smooth on YouTube.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, our setup, we watched on something other than the YouTube because it's not on YouTube when we see it.
Yep.
And it gets choppy as hell. Yeah, this is a tech thing.
Well, there's
Who's
a
got
board
diamonds?
that's gonna inside action, and looks like.
Magic's got diamonds, 10 high diamonds.
Yep.
And
feel too
Ronin
good about
Traveler has a boat.
Ace
And he has top 3.
Mm-hmm.
So he has 6 full of aces, and he has 3 pair. Makes it 90. Optimized calling with the lesser 6.
Yeah,
Pretty one-way holding. I'm a little surprised.
You gotta love that if you're Ronin, because you're like, okay, my 5s are live, my ace, my king, 6 obviously.
And it's going to get heads up. Magic folds the only flush. He had nothing going on the top board.
Yeah, with 10 high, it's very hard. Very hard to call.
Heads up, to the turns we go. Ronin is free rolling optimize. We see another deuce show up on the, or another diamond show up on the bottom, a deuce, and 5 up top. And I wish Restream would tell me what's happening here. It looks like 300 and a call.
Wow, optimize makes the call. Interesting.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the bad thing about having those low offline, and he doesn't boat up. I think he does have 2 pair on the bottom.
Remember, you can only use 3 of those diamonds. You can't use them all.
Yep.
I just have a
He's got a straight on the bottom. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
that's a
right.
wheel. Yeah, that makes
6-3.
sense. That's a
6-3. Yeah.
No, he has the same.
I was trying to
And
remember his cards since we can't see him.
Dirty bastard.
the tech's way behind. Okay, so chop it up. So Ronin's 6 is full of aces, and then optimize with the wheel, with the steel wheel blocker.
I tell you what, with all those diamonds coming out, he's got to feel better every time a diamond shows up.
Yeah, he blocks the straight flush.
Yep. Oh, that's a good point. 3 diamonds. Yep.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah, and he only gets to use 3 of the diamonds on the board. You got to use 2 from your hands.
Flush on the board.
Barber's kicking himself right now for holding these diamonds.
It was Magic with the diamonds, I believe.
Oh, that was a magic? Okay.
I thought you were using the computer, so that's why I was trusting you without even saying anything.
Johnson, got barrels put in.
Thank you.
So you can see the RFI is exactly the opposite with Jay Wynn at the bottom and yes to the aggression.
Jalen hasn't had much to work with
No,
yet.
he hasn't. And the hands he has gotten didn't even show up for a flop.
It's got to be happy.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to get him in the cane rail soon.
I did too. So the ace first, I didn't see the 6 in my hand, so the turn came, I was like, oh, I have a boat.
Nuts, right?
All right, now we're on Kevin Harvick. The original Kevin Harvick number.
Original number, yeah.
The Goodwrench car number. Is Goodwrench even a thing anymore?
I don't think so.
I don't either. My dad was a big believer in Sears.
That's barely a thing anymore.
No, it's not. One of the victims of an already dying industry.
Look at his card. That's a call.
The mall mechanics, Dad used to call them. Oh, diamonds versus diamonds.
And
I like
so
it.
the Queen Jack limps, and then Ace 8 goes pretty big. Sticks a 0 on it.
You have to have 4 cards.
Gets the call from Ronan.
Dealer almost killed it, and then slides one of the cards over.
And
No, he genuinely didn't know.
10, 10,
He
8.
was like, he was looking on the
Gutter for
floor, he was
Ronan.
looking
Care for
everywhere.
yes.
That's weird.
That's hilarious.
It was, I can see Dudley.
Yeah, there was,
60,
there
the
was
bet
like
from
10 seconds
yes.
of confusion.
Yeah.
There was like no
Oh my
one knew what
gosh.
the
Gets the
This is
fold.
like this is like perfect Bart Hansen. The pot was already awarded to the other player and all intermingled in their stack, and then you go, wait.
Well, the slow
So,
that would be, huh?
do you know what it means in Long Island when somebody says they're going to see a man about a horse?
I'm not sure.
Generally means that I'm going to go take a bio break.
Okay.
That's East Texas for a bio break.
Okay.
So if anybody says to you, I'm going to go see a man about a horse, you just say, okay.
Okay.
It's like people out there do magic
This,
with cars that are like kind of
Well, this isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure.
I do it to Kyle all the time, and he pretty much says,
What do you think, Bart?
okay. I'm sure you can handle it while I'm gone.
I'll muddle through. Ronan with the ace queen. He's going to manage to make a raise here. Makes it 30. $30 for hand number 30. So the flop we go 976 rainbow. And that's a pair and a straight draw for the 8-7
Thank you for calling that out.
of Bertram.
I'm kidding.
Magic with the better pair, the pair of 9s. He's got the gutter to go with it. Paul's Bertram's 50. Ronan getting out of there. River is a deuce. 9 will be good. Can he make the call? Bertram puts out the 125 and think he makes the call? You know better than I do. My video's choppy. Magic made the call. Magic won the pot.
Yeah, 2,000.
4,000 together.
Still on.
And we got into hand number 31.
Everybody's doing a 10, right? Yes. Okay.
Be sure hit like if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to this channel. We get some bonus content on this channel. Texas Card House on YouTube. Just in case one channel of action isn't enough. Be sure and give the Dallas final table a watch tonight as well over on the main channel, the TCH Live Poker channel. Someone's going to win $180,000 tonight, unless they chop. Optimized with an unfortunately timed raise, going to 150 after Kevin laid the trap with his queens. Back raise coming, I imagine. I like about 500 or so. set up a shove on the flop. Maybe 550.
7 raise. 565.
Goes 565, it looks like. Optimize with ace jack offsuit. I'm sure he'll make a show of it, and he'll probably find the folds. Or not. Optimize going for the 5-bet all in. 9-8 gonna get out of dodge. Kevin going to snap call. Optimize getting his hands caught in the cookie jar. Can Kevin's queens find the hold against the ace jack? Let's find out.
I think it's the first time we've seen queens tonight.
I think we've seen him one other time. And eventually the screen will tell me what happens.
Not much.
No, Optimize found the ace.
Oh, wow. We jumped ahead there, and he did get it on the turn.
Optimize going to get the full double at Kevin's expense.
Wow.
Well, poker is a game where you can make the wrong decision and get rewarded. And, all right, we'll get this pot shipped over.
Big pot, second biggest pot of the night. We've had a $44,000 plus. 43. We had a 33. We had a $2,900 bomb pot.
Yeah.
Or no, I take that back. That was yes, that got doubled up. Couple of big hands.
But tell me, that's an ill-advised jam with AJ.
Well, we're getting our tech people to look at it.
Yeah, let's see if anything can get done here. As far as I know, everybody's seeing the video just fine except us.
Yeah.
I hate being out of the loop. Don't you?
No, entiende.
You know, sometimes you're out of the loop. You're the last one to find out about anything. And that's just how it goes sometimes.
So, yes, the big winner so far, up 1.7, optimized. And Kevin is still up because of that big all-in hand he had, although he just kind of gave away some of the profit there.
Yeah, win a big one, lose a big one. That's how it goes sometimes.
Running the big loser so far. And Magic's having a rough night, unlike his PLO night. Everybody else,
No way,
in
optimized.
the middle ground, break-even territory.
That's a strap on.
Plenty of action for the first hour and a half.
Yeah, it certainly hasn't been boring.
Now there's a number that I don't know if I could come up with.
32. I mean, 30. I see the number 32. I think field filler.
Field fielder, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one offer.
Someone who's parking the car with a quote vibration every week. I think there is a 32 car that runs these days.
Remember the days when that some people would show up without even a crew?
Yeah, they had to make a rule about that.
Yeah.
You have to at least pretend you're going to be competitive. Ace 5-4, couple, Ace 5-4, 8-5-4, couple of spades. Where's my head at?
You know, that's the first mistake you made, and we're 32 hands in. So what can I say? Other than not knowing what Stephen meant about a horse is.
Only the richest people have horses on Long Island.
I guess that probably
It's
is
not
true.
like there's horses everywhere.
My
like
boss
here.
is from Long Island University, and she is a polo player.
Okay. Probably doing all right.
Yes,
Doing
considering
all right.
she weighs all of 95 pounds, and she plays with the big boys.
Optimize taking it, betting that ace queen when nobody shows interest.
Yeah, she's got a beautiful mare she takes out there with her, and she sends me pictures. Polo is a great sport. That's the scariest horse sport I've seen. People say, you know, whatever, roping or but no, sorry. Polo is crazy.
I tend to avoid things that involve horses.
Really?
Really?
To me, honestly, it's cathartic almost. It's like meditation. Puts me in a different world. Love being on the back of a horse. I grew up with them. Not too many of them. Married a horse girl from A&M, so. Well,
right,
not
3 ways we
much.
go.
Yeah, King 2. Best hand I saw, clubs.
5-5-3. And
And we lagged.
what did people have? Nobody with
Nothing.
trips. Bertram with a gutter.
Yep.
Makes it 60, takes it down.
Bertram, good player. We've seen him a couple of weeks now, and very solid. Doesn't play too many hands. Nice guy. Very nice guy. He was sitting right between our controversial hand.
Okay.
Yeah. Got his impression of what went on last week.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing last Monday, but I was not watching for once. Like, I did not have time
Do
to
you
watch.
usually, when you're not commentating, watch this live?
Occasionally I'm working. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm not doing any, like sometimes if I'm not in here, like I'm doing something not poker at all, but, you know, not doing anything, then I'm at least working. You never know when I'm around.
Yeah, you're like the wind. You blow in and then you blow
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, sometimes I work in Dallas, sometimes I work in Houston. Like, I work. Note to anybody commentating a poker stream, you never know who's watching.
Yeah, that's the truth. We actually had, when Dante and I were doing it the other day, we had his wife on the chat.
Yeah?
Yes, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, she was in San Francisco, I believe.
Magic raises and takes it. Hey, maybe somebody famous is watching. This is your big chance to be discovered.
Discovered? I don't know what they discover about me.
I don't know either. But you can be discovered or exposed.
That I'm completely exposed.
Maybe exposed is the right word.
It is the right word. That is the right word. I try to keep my exposure to kind of low.
I live in San Marcos. Yeah, that's right.
All right, we got some more cards coming out here.
Never did. Houston's a nightmare.
Looks like Jaywin puts the 10 on.
Jaywin very quiet tonight, not getting a lot of hands.
Kind of net where we're just seeing the one straddle. We haven't seen the double yet.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen anything but the single. KC with a bit of a giant slayer. Let's see if there's a giant out there to slay.
Famous King Jack of Diamonds.
Pretty
It's
good
in
hand.
Kevin Seed, and he is going to 3-bet that button. Makes it 180. Perfectly good 3-bet button. Small blind versus button. KC going to defend against that 3-bet.
As would I. I want to at least see the flop.
Heads up to the flop. And the flop is
Mysterious. It is mysterious.
Ace-8-6 Rainbow, which will be a pair for KC. We check through, and that's going to be gut shots for everyone, I believe. No. Yeah, gut shots for everyone. That's right. They both have gut shots, and my screen is way too laggy to know what's going on. Might be better off
Kevin
getting YouTube
makes a
up.
call with just the third pair. Pretty good call. I mean, he's not afraid of the ace so far. And that's not going to make
Jack on the end.
make him happy. And Kevin gets there. Bit of a bingo card for Kevin. Unless he's worried about King Queen, which I doubt. Clubs got missed. I say about a half pot bet by Kevin. Looks like about 325, and that's going to take it down. Yeah, we can confirm now by watching that you're having the same kind of delay that we're having, so we apologize for that.
At least on the Wi-Fi here. Let me see if my 5G is any better. Apologies if this thing is chopping. I wish the computer could be less stupid.
Well, from what our
Yeah, that was
Commander
the
David
lagging
indicated,
there,
that
yeah.
the lag is something we're up against tonight. We do thank you for joining the live stream tonight if you're watching after the fact. We are a TCH 2-5 game from Austin, Texas. I got the New York Knit in the booth with me tonight. I'm Uncle T, your favorite poker uncle. And we'll be with you for a full 4 hours. About an hour and a half into it.
Bertram's Ace King getting 2 callers. 8-6 deuce, not a great flop for Ace King.
Queen of Hearts comes. Keep the King of Hearts in the hand. But 6 run out. Didn't look like we had any more
I
action.
assume everyone
Oh,
checked.
it's still going.
Yes
Yep,
has the
queen's
queen. Yes is going to make the bet now.
Gonna make a pot size, a little over pot size bet.
It did wonders for me.
Takes it.
I did like 5 sets, small pack. I mean, it's kind of. I guess it's like a cross. It's like a physical therapist. They kind of work your muscles and stretch you in weird ways that's hard to do on your
How does
own.
it compare versus like a good massage? Completely different. Some overlap.
It's not.
All right, you see that our player stacks have not changed too much. Ronan's still a big loser, and yes, a big winner so far.
Optimize also doing pretty good. And hey, there's that double straddle. Bertram putting it on.
All you had to do was ask.
$60 from Kevin.
Kevin's have a lot of big aces tonight. Looks like that's going to run everybody off. Not a lot to call with, but Barber does. So does Bertram. Still don't know what Bertram has yet.
Yeah, we'll get there. Ace, queen, 3, 2 diamonds. Queen for Bertram, ace for Kevin.
Kevin with the only diamond. Oh,
Jack
wow.
on the turn. I think we check.
2 pair
ring.
for Kevin. Well, folks, it's a little bit hard for us to have a nice flow of conversation. So we'd love to see you comment in the chat. Give us something to talk about while we
150 from Kevin.
suffer a little bit of a lagitis.
No, let's just do our best, and
Yeah,
you know,
we will plow through it.
yeah. So waiting to see what Barber did. I imagine this is a fold for Barber because he has nothing. Bertram, pair on the gutter, might talk himself into seeing a river.
Yeah. I think this bet size, I'd probably look it up.
Wouldn't blame him if he folded. He's thinking about it. Does make the fold.
Good point.
So Kevin going to take this one. Yeah, unfortunately this video has more chops than a bomb pot tonight.
Yeah. That was pretty good. We don't want to give you too much credit, but that was good.
Well, I'm glad I could bring that little bit of entertainment to the evening.
Hey, in case y'all don't know, Lottie takes his profession here as a commentator very seriously. He's got a list in front of him about 20 quips.
Oh, absolutely. Like we got reminders to do every single bit.
Take my hand, please. That's an old school reference. That may be too old for you. Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Actually, that was Henny Youngman. Take my wife, please. Kevin playing one of my favorite. I think he played it.
He didn't play.
He did play it. Well, that's not his favorite, obviously. One of my favorite non-premium hands. Suited it, queen 8.
Optimize raise his cutoff. And Optimize won the pot.
Didn't have a straddle on that time, I don't think. And now we are on my favorite driver's hand.
Number 39.
The Boilermaker.
Yeah, Ryan Newman, the second number.
Yep.
I think of the 12 personally.
Yeah, I think of the 12 because of his rookie campaign where he won Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
But, yeah. He was kind of the only intimidator of that generation. He didn't mind putting the bumper right up to you. And he was really hard to pass, too. That's what I liked about him. He used to wear those guys out.
So I think C4 put the straddle on, but he's not actually at the table. Gotta love Texas. Optimize is open, gets punished by Jay when he finds a hand that he wants to play. Goes to 125 with the queen 9 offsuit and gets the magic straddle. He's not there to play his straddle. That's just $10 going in the toilet. Maybe they put the mandatory 10 on. I don't know.
Yeah, it is mandatory.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, mandatory 10. That's what happened there.
Yep. Yeah, we do that in the 1-3 on Thursday night as well, kind of make it mandatory.
And these stream games are auto post. There's no such thing as a missed blind.
Nope. You'll never have the missed button in front of you when you get back.
On to hand number 40. I believe Sterling Marlin drove the 40.
The Coors car.
Yeah,
Very
almost won the
good.
championship. If he didn't break his neck, he would have won the championship
Still,
that 1 year.
still one of the funniest moments in NASCAR, getting out on a red flag and fixing your
Pulling
bumper.
the fender out, yeah.
And then having the NASCAR official run out and put you back in the car.
Aces
There's
for
the
Kevin.
aces. We win all
And
this time.
yes, putting in the 3-bet. 125, the 3-bet, which Kevin will happily oblige.
Kevin's got the big hands tonight.
Ace Queen for Ronin Traveler. Does he go for the Colts 4? I hope not.
Oh, boy.
He just flats.
Kevin's thinking about his bet
Magic
size.
got in there with deuces.
Won't be there long because this is going to be a big bet.
I think probably about 550 or 600.
550, I was going to say 375.
375 is not nearly enough.
You don't think? Let's see what Kevin does here.
Like, it's basically just saying, call me.
Which is kind of what I do with aces.
575 is the size he goes with. He splits the difference from what I was thinking. And yes is gone. Magic's gone. Ronin Traveler, Ace Queen suited. So disgusting.
Yeah.
How many 4-bets do you see that aren't the goods, though?
And this is the difficult part about being a visitor. He doesn't have a book on Kevin. Doesn't know what we know about Kevin.
Unless he's been watching the show. You never know.
Maybe possible.
Lets it go. I don't blame him.
Good fold. First time we've had aces.
I believe so.
Yeah, 40 hands in.
Cold, hard, like stuff you need to know.
And they were unsuited.
Well, I mean, if they're suited, I'm calling the 4.
Some credits.
And we're going viral.
And John Earl's never dealing the stream again. No, John Earl's too good for that. No, he wouldn't.
He's not the one who brought the tech out there.
That's right. We had a conversation about that in the live stream last week when I was playing about the difference in the feel of these cards.
Yeah, these are thicker cards.
They're thicker, and they just have a different texture to them. A little bit of an adjustment for our dealers, but they do great. They always do great.
Got to be minus. That's a half.
Are they stiffer?
Yeah. Like these cards feel a lot more normal than the old live stream cards. When we first started TCH Live, like pre-RF Poker, those cards did not feel like cards. They felt like thick pieces of plastic. It did not feel like actual cards. These
more like
cards
card
feel like
covers,
cards.
right? Yeah. Or the what do they call that card?
More like the cut card.
Yeah.
Barbara with the Ace Queen needs to 35.
So I'm going to ask you the question.
What?
And I'm just going to ask it, and you're going to go on with the head. What is your least favorite mistake, verbal mistake that people make at the table? What do they say at the table that you always just want to correct them when they say it?
They say they have a set when they have trips, or they have trips when they have a set. And Casey and Bertram both with a 7 here.
That was Kyle's answer as well.
60 from Bertram gets the call from KC. They both have the king 7, and neither of them have a suit on the board, so no free roll going on there. I assume Barber's folding. Barber folded, I believe.
Yep.
Deuce of diamonds on the turn. Pretty harmless.
Well, let's see what if Gresham takes this hand. He's double suited. Probably not a thought they're thinking about. Spending a lot of time on.
Bertram shoved his 330. And KC going to make the call.
Oh,
and they're
nice
going to be chopping.
call. Nice call.
Top pair.
Yeah.
Bunch of draws available. We got to call top pair.
Rip it, chop it.
Really, he's only worried about top.
There's no space. You get there.
So they'll run this out and they'll chop it up.
Yeah, it's a little bit of Bertram not having enough to push him off the hand.
Good.
7s and 4s for both players.
Yep.
So going to get this pot chopped up. Chris Adams saying hi in the chat. Hello from Atlanta, supporting Ronan. Good to see you, and hopefully you join us for some more TCH Live, be it on this channel, Texas Card House, or TCH Live Poker. Lots and lots of great action around Texas to be had, and hope you're enjoying this. Looks like we've got it chopped up.
All right, so I'm going to tell you my least favorite thing that people say.
What's that?
When they say they get the top and the bottom board switched.
Yeah.
Because they'll say, here you're sitting here with second nuts, and somebody will say, well, I got the bottom. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then they roll over and they got the top.
Yeah.
Because your heart just goes to your feet. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, no. So, once again, I'll tell you what we said last week. The top is always in the orientation of the dealer. So, it's not the top to the player. It's the top to the dealer, and the bottom is closest to him.
Yeah.
So, if you want to save us older folks from having unnecessary heart seizures and dropping dead at the table, please get that right. So when you say, oh, I've got the top, you know which one it is.
And I'm just saying, dead player, dead hands.
Yep.
It's an angle.
Yes,
it's an
it
angle
is.
to take the whole pot.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, if I die at the table, I'll be sitting there with the cards in my hand. So I will table my hand one way or the other.
9s were optimized, $40. The raise. Barber's King Queen gonna bump it up to 150. It looks like. And over to Kevin, who has jacks in the straddle. And
another big hand for Kevin.
Do we flat or do we 4-bet?
I 4-bet.
Maybe about 450 or 500, and we commit ourselves. If, if we get raised.
500 looks like the
500.
bet. Yeah, maybe 4. Yep, 4. Well, you getting your ranges just crushing them tonight. Getting really
it's
close.
$400, and 9s go away. Not wanting Barber to pop him, so also not getting the best odds for set mining.
No.
If that's the business warrant. Barber's in position. King, Queen of Diamonds. The good news is suited broadways. The bad news is fairly easy to be dominated.
Yeah, this is, so what are you thinking a 4-bet has at this point? What's your range here for Kevin?
Some big aces, maybe a couple of suited ace wheels,
okay,
and pairs. And
pairs
heads up,
up to
like good pairs.
Wow.
And how about top set for Kevin?
Yeah, and nothing that unfortunately the Barber can call him with. Really.
Yeah, Barber with just the overs and backdoor. Kevin could consider checking this. He has top set. It's going to be very hard for his opponent to have a hand that can continue. So we can check and give him the chance to bluff. Only thing that we need to protect from is the handful of club drawers he might have, but he doesn't have that many against this action.
And he's going to put a little protection out there. I love the down bet.
Tiny.
I love the down bet. That almost makes
yes, if
makes
you're
him
going
look
to
like
bet
10s or 9s.
You're going to bet go small, and if you're really lucky, you induce Barber to rip over you.
Yep. I love that. I was just about to say maybe a down bet to appear weaker than you are. See if you can get. He plays with Barber enough to know what he's capable of.
5 pounds you lose, it's your bounty. The other guy has 2 weeks to catch up.
Yeah, if I get a down bet there, Vladdy, I think at this point I'm thinking about 9s, 10s, 8s even.
And unfortunately, we don't beat those. And the real question is, can we call off the rest of our stack on the turn? Because that's probably what we're going to have to do in Barber's seat.
Yep.
Well, that might work for like, you know, the same
He's got chips in his hands.
As he ponders, taking his time.
As the equipment ponders, it looks like he has to put a call out there. So the turn we go.
Nice size pot, 1,300.
Ooh, 10 of spades, open enter for Barber now. I think he's going to have to call off if given the opportunity.
Yep. Yeah, what's his equity at this point? 25 to 32, somewhere in there?
He's drawing to the nuts.
No, 21, yeah. Well, knowing what Kevin has, what he's thinking about is having more equity than that.
Yeah, reaching for his cards. I think you let it go. I think. Yeah, he lets it go.
Kevin, another big pot as he does the Casey Mears hand. Well, I guess 42, that's anybody in the Richard Petty cadre.
Yeah, Chip Ganassi back in the day. That was,
And of course,
you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. Hide your jet dryers. That's the Juan Montoya.
I forgot about one. I was thinking about Aaron, or Adam Petty.
Yeah, he was 45.
Oh, that's right. He was 45.
Yeah, his number was 45.
That's right.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the
they
Petty
retired
number.
that
42 was
number.
Ganassi.
Yeah, that's right. 42 was Ganassi car. The Target car? Was that one of the
Yeah.
Target cars? Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, a lot of you are just impressing the heck out of me. There's not a lot of people that know as much about NASCAR as I do. Now, there's tons out there in NASCAR Nation, but in the circle we run in,
Not so many.
not so many.
I've been watching for a long time.
Yeah, me too. My dad was a David Pearson fan.
That's going back.
Above everybody. There's another guy that smoked in the car.
Yeah.
He was tough as nails, that guy. He was boot leather. Uneventful hand.
And Bertram gets it the easy way. Raise and take it.
That's pretty good pace. Especially with Kevin here. Holy crap.
All right, now we go to the only hand the hand that will only have. Oh, that was 43. No, all right, that's it.
Well, they all been like all in free throttle.
Oh, yeah, that's
Where are you going?
I was going with the only person you would ever say the 43 hand is
Yeah,
attached
Rob.
Johnny Andretti.
to. Yes. I knew you were going to say. I knew you were going to
Rest in
say.
peace, Johnny Andretti.
Oh yeah, I love the Andretti.
Richard
fan.
Petty.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know that NASCAR doesn't retire numbers, though. Numbers live on, and now it's Eric Jones.
Yeah, I
driving
thought
the
45 they did.
No,
Just
Tyler Reddick drives the 45.
Oh, that's right. I guess it was they retired at Petty.
Well, they sort of sat on the number
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
Well, now there's also no Petty Enterprises.
Right.
So
Right. There is the Giant Slayer. Kevin with another big hand.
now he's the one with the King Queen of Diamonds.
Yeah, I'm saying the Giant Slayer.
Yeah, yes, the 10-9.
Yeah. That's what I call it. What do you call the 10-9 suited?
I call it 10-9 suited. The best hand for cracking aces, by the way, would be 8-7 suited, I believe.
Is it really?
Yeah, the thing is with 10-9, your straights are going to interact with the ace.
Yeah, that's true.
Like if you give me like an 8-7 or a 7-6,
Yeah.
you don't interact with the straights that the ace is going to make to where like they could make it better straight.
Well, I told her
10-9, we could end up with them getting Broadway and you
getting
not getting Broadway.
Yeah.
Connor, yes, we are on a potato tonight, unfortunately. Like our internet is plugged into a potato. And being mostly potato, being Irish mostly, then,
I'm
you know.
Irish too. We got two
I,
potato eaters here.
You know, hey, look at this. Chaos.
As
Chaos
we spoke,
brewing.
you-
Kevin
you
flopping the
spoke
nuts.
this
Yes,
into
with bottom
existence.
2.
Yeah, you spoke this into existence here.
Apologies for the tech problems, Connor. We wish that the frames were framing and not dropping.
This is the point where I always say I blame Bill Gates. I don't know why, but I say that. Wow, what a big hand.
Looks like it's $200. And yes, making the call with bottom 2. A lot of turns he's not going to like, but he also realizes that he could be on thin ice here. 6 of clubs on the turn.
Wow, that's a card that is going to just scare nobody and induce a lot of action. So what do you think here? How much does Kevin go in early position?
If I'm Kevin, I'm probably going to go about 450 or so.
So
I could get a lot of, maybe 500. Can get value out of 2 pair. Can get value out of, say, a pair with a queen.
Even a set?
A set as well, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Can get
Set
value out of a
probably
heart
comes
draw.
over the top of him.
And there's a lot of stuff that can pay us here.
Yep. Well, as soon as we get, we're plugging into a new potato right now. As soon as we get that plugged in, we'll get the hand for you. I will say that our dealer or our producer said something very telling about this hand 15 minutes ago. I'm not going to tell you what she said.
Yeah, 540 for Kevin.
540.
Like
Boy,
I said, Rick's even bigger than I was thinking.
Yeah, but
which,
not
like I said,
much.
there's a lot that can pay you. There's a lot, like anything he has that continued, like it can probably pay you if he has anything at all.
Ace Jack,
Lots of
King Jack,
like pair plus draw. Like Ace Jack, I'm less excited about.
Yeah.
Like a pair plus draw, I'm thrilled about. And he does make the call. Yes, needs a 10 or a 9. Otherwise, he's going to be in some trouble here. As
4%
the pot
equity.
balloons.
Keep that in mind, folks. You got 4% in hands like this.
And the graphics tell us it was a deuce on the ends, and Kevin holds up. I don't know if it's actually a deuce because I don't have a camera shot. We have the wrong potato. We got our potatoes crossed.
Yeah, our potato will give you either the card or the picture, but not both.
And
so where do you go here? 1775 in the pot. What size do you make it? You were afraid of nothing at this point, obviously.
I'm actually going for the gusto. If I get this far, I'm going to hope he's got 2 pair.
Why? Because you believe it.
And the heart's missed as well.
That's the bottom of his range is 2 pair at this point, so you're going to get called off by just about everything.
Or he's going to fold. Like, he's going to fold basically anything. He goes all in and getting the count here.
Considering the turn call, I think that's ideal situation for Kevin.
The graphics said all in. Yes, there we go. We're getting the count.
And he's got him covered. Kevin had 3.3 to start the hand, and yes, he got 2.7.
This looks like a. It looks like a huge pot brewing here.
The biggest of the night.
Yeah, going to be almost $7,000, I believe, if the money goes in. And yes, didn't snap him, so we'll see here. This
you're in Yes's hand. You're thinking about a set of jacks. How could he?
Yeah,
probably not a set of 10s.
Sets are, set of jacks or a
Queen
straight
8.
or a better 2 pair.
Yeah, Queen 8.
Jack 10's a thing.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
We also have busted hearts.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We've got Queen Jack. Mm-hmm. We've got Jack 8. Right? We got.
Yep.
Right, Queen 10 could bluff, Queen 9 could bluff. We do block those, but.
So this is something we talked about last week. This is the difference between a better the recreational semi-pro player and a recreational player. Think about how many times are you ahead. Don't think about how many things are beating you. Think about how many times you're ahead.
Exactly.
So you're thinking about that now. What number are you coming up with? I'm picking your brain.
How many am I coming up with? Like, how many combos? Let's see. Yeah. So there's 2 Queen Jack suiteds available. No, 3 Queen Jack suiteds available. 2 Queen 10 suiteds, 2 Queen 9 suiteds. That's like, what, 7, 8? I'm already having a hard time counting.
So you're coming with on
we got
the
stuff
lower
with
side.
8s.
You're thinking I'm not as ahead as
we
much
have
as
some
I'm
number
behind.
of. We have heart draws that miss. I wasn't done yet. Like we got some heart draws that missed.
Yeah.
And
I thought you were just going through what beat you at this point.
No, I was going through things that we're beating with the 10-9. Like we're beating a queen and a pair.
Gotcha.
We're beating a busted heart draw. And we're losing to Jack 10, Jack 9, King Queen,
Jacks,
Queen 8.
9s. Yeah.
And he's really thinking about
Queen
this
8. Yeah, 8-7.
You know, we have the still frame of him thinking about this. He's getting up.
Yep.
giving himself a nice stretch.
Please, nobody call the clock on him like we had last week. Give the man time. This is always
I mean, there's a
chess.
point where you got to call clock though.
Yeah, sure, but
Yeah, I mean that
Not a
you're
big
definitely
fan.
thinking through what you're beating and what value hands are getting to this point. I've been in the spot. Like I've been in the spot not that long ago where like I eventually decide either he flopped a set or I win, and I called.
Yeah.
And he flopped a set. Oops.
yeah, yeah.
So you know. That's part of the game. Sometimes you're gonna bluff catch and they're not gonna be bluffing. Sometimes you're gonna bluff catch and you're gonna win a massive pot. And
But in Yes's defense on this, he's ahead 65% of the time.
yeah, there's a lot of hands he's ahead of.
Yeah. And that isn't even, that doesn't even really take into account all the bluffs.
And there's people who don't bluff river, and Kevin's a good player though. That's the thing. Like there's players where I'm not even thinking about this because they're honest on the river.
Yeah.
But
What are the
maybe a
live
player who
stream?
can be dishonest.
Man, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think
I think somebody threatened possibly to call the clock there.
yeah, that's my guess.
You just said you needed 15 seconds after 45 seconds. I'm going to call the clock.
Well, Magic
Yeah,
was the
somebody
one.
threatened to call clock. I see cards.
This
Move
is what
forward,
happened.
so it looks like it was a fold.
Okay.
Given Kevin's won $895 and not a lot more than that.
And this is where I'm
the fault?
now. I'm sitting in Kevin's seat. Magic's talking about calling the clock because the player said, "Give me 15 seconds." Took 45. I'm irritated as I'm holding the nuts. And like this is why I don't like calling the clock because in this case it hurts Kevin.
Well, unless he says, "Fuck it, I call."
Yeah.
Apologies for the language.
Yeah, I get it.
Like that happens too. Like oh, I just call.
Yeah. Yeah, if he says felonious and lawful cardinal knowledge yet, then I'm sorry, I didn't want to use the word again.
Yeah.
You know felonious and
That's
lawful
real
cardinal
money.
knowledge?
That's real money.
No, I don't know anything.
That's where the word fuck came from.
Okay, yeah. Looks like we have a bomb pot.
You don't know anything.
Moving on. No, I don't. And a lot of people would agree with what you just said. A lot of people would agree that I don't know anything. Sometimes I don't think I know anything.
That is the original where the
Okay,
it was
where
in
the
that
F-bomb came
acronym.
from.
They used to carve it on
Okay.
people's heads.
Okay, anyway.
No way, tank full.
As
in
we
the
continue on here, it looks like we're onto a bomb pot. And again, apologies for this video.
Yeah, folks, we're trying to entertain you somewhat while suffering through the sporadicisms of our feed.
Tell the truth.
Again, we've sent Jesse to the store to buy a whole sack of potatoes.
Now I
So we're
feel
hoping
less
to get this fixed.
maybe I don't take this fast. Feel less confident.
Yeah, okay, so we got some cards being dealt out here.
Hand number 46.
I made the full.
45.
This is a good pull.
It's really steep.
It's alright. Just so that money's in play.
Gonna get some flops eventually.
Wait, just so the money's in play.
Ace 4-3 rainbow.
Kind of awkward having 50 bucks on stuff.
Check.
No worries. Check.
Ace 4-3, 8-6-4 rainbow boards. Air on a gutter for yes on the bottom. Aces and threes, I saw. How about set of aces for KC?
And he's got a 5 to block the wheel or make the wheel.
And his equity is pretty tiny. That's because you've got Kevin sitting with the wrap and the flop straight on the bottom. So he's got a pot at 90. He's got scoop ability. He's got a lot of scoop ability.
Scoopability.
I made that word up, I think.
I
I'm
like
taking
it.
credit for it.
Yeah, dang right.
And it looks like Magic put some calling chips in there.
Yeah, Kevin's got the nuts on bottom. Casey's ahead on top.
This is unusable. Okay, we got some turns. So diamond draws for nobody because nobody's got diamonds. And Kevin potting, he's got the straight, and he's still got the wrap up top. He's got too many outs up top. Set of aces still ahead. Magic has the wheel. No, set of aces not ahead. Magic has the wheel. Blah.
Oh, yeah, 2-5. Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
No wonder he's
And,
17%. I was
yeah.
trying to figure that out. Why is he 17%?
Yeah, of course, this is a one-way hand, which is the problem here.
Yeah.
KC has the blocker, the dry ace as the
diamonds
diamond
came out
comes
on
in,
the
but the
bottom.
board pairs,
Yeah.
which is going to maybe dissuade the straight a little bit. Kevin does have a 6, though, so he is blocking the boat, or one of the boats.
Got to be worried about the diamonds, though, getting ahead of him. But, I mean, he had the 7-5, so he was good.
And he is scooping right now. Because
Yeah.
scoopability is going to scoop. His wrap did come home.
Yep, 6-5. Great.
So,
Right. That's like a balm to your 6.
I don't know that, so maybe I have to.
Well, folks, we're
Okay, so
unfortunately-
KC putting in the bet here.
Wow.
KC, who has aces up, and he has the blocker, and he's going to shove the 1400, which is terrible timing because Kevin has the nuts on one board, and Kevin has a nut blocker on the other board. And Kevin has the bottom board regardless.
Yeah.
Because his trips are actually good. And his straight's good. His trips are good. His straight's good. Everything's good.
Everything's good. There's
Everything's
nothing wrong.
good.
Kevin's having a great night for everything turning out good.
Yeah. So he's going to get the count, and then he's just going to shove whatever remaining crumbs are in. And then Magic is probably going to hold his nose and call for half the pot is my guess here. So give it a moment.
Yeah, Magic can't call. Sit in the live stream PLO, Magic. You ran like
Yeah, so
God was backing
Kevin
you.
wins 2,400. I don't think Magic called. I think
No, he
Magic
did
found
not.
the fault
He
with the
did.
one-way hands.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. So on that note, bit of bad news here. So we're just going to shut it down because we can't fix this tech problem tonight, unfortunately. At least not here in Austin. The good news is we got the Dallas final table going up on the TCH Live Poker channel on YouTube. Go there. Go there and
over
watch
there.
that. That's going to be some great action. There's some serious money at play there. Again, sorry we couldn't get you a full show here in Austin.
But
We'll
thanks for
wish you
joining
would.
us.
Yeah,
and,
thanks for being here.
All of you that were on the chat, and we appreciate it. Again, I blame Bill Gates. I
Yeah.
blame him for everything that goes wrong with computers in my
Yeah, it
world.
could be, and you could also blame the Apple people. You could blame everybody.
Idaho
blame
potatoes let us
blame the
down.
guy who invented the internet. Blame that guy.
Al Gore?
Yeah, him, Al Gore. And hey, Kevin Jean's dropping by the chat. Good to see you. Yeah, sorry we couldn't give you a better show, but hey, they'll give you a good show up in Dallas. Go to TCH Live Poker, do that, and for now we'll sign off on behalf of our producers, our dealers, our staff, Uncle T, William Waddy, the New York